It's more than just your output, more than a bike. When you hear your shout out, you know it's all right. Put on your magic pants and let's go. We're cruising into the power zone. Clip in, set yourself free. Come on and take a ride with me. Know what you need to know and what's it all about. Everything you need, it's on the Clip Out.
Welcome to the Clip Out Podcast, episode 432. This is Crystal O'Keefe.
And this is Tom O'Keefe. Hi.
Hi.
So, well, I guess we'll wait.
I don't know what we're waiting for.
I was going to ask about all the outrage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot.
This outrage has outraged me.
Yeah.
But we will wait to encapsulate that in the show proper.
Okay.
So I guess that being said, we'll just get what, pray tell, do you have in store for people this week?
Peloton outrage.
Okay.
No,
Barry in the lead here.
in all seriousness, we are going to talk about all of the changes that Peloton made last week, what the reaction was, and clarify some things for people because apparently there's still a lot of confusion. I feel like people who listened to the podcast last week are very clear. Like they get it. They got it. But there's a lot of people, I know it's shocking. But there's a lot of people who don't listen to the podcast.
What?
I know.
When did that start?
Exactly. We're also going to talk about, as Peloton had launched this whole thing, one of the new pieces of content they were doing was perimenopause and menopause content. So this week they launched.
Why don't they have anything for men?
So this week they launched officially their partnership with Respin, and we're going to talk about that. There's also new.
I believe it's pronounced Respin.
Wow. Why don't you manspread while you mansplain? Listen, I was on a 7-hour call yesterday, and there was a guy who kept explaining everything to everyone. It was brutal. Brutal. I have had my fill of mansplaining. Okay, so I need to dial it down. There's also new dates that are being closed. The studio is going to be closed, so we're going to talk about those. And we've got an update on the API changes for Peloton and what that means for third-party people like the M-Paceline group. Mm-hmm. And we've got instructors in the news, the newest instructor that's always taught on Tuesdays and suddenly isn't anymore, and the outrage that will ensue.
Ooh, outrage.
Yay. Plus some other instructor news. We've got new artist series and very exciting one. We've also got lots of content to discuss, and I'm really confused about Peloton's newest marathon class. We will talk about that as well.
Okay. Well, before we get to all that shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us while you are there. Be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review.
Super appreciated.
Good little breadcrumbs for people that come along after you. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/theclipout. While you're there, like the page, join the group. If you are listening, you're a supporter of the show, but if you would like to support us with more than your ears, you can do so at patreon.com/theclipout. $5 a month. And what does that get you? Well, it gets you ad-free episodes. It gets you bonus content. Sometimes it gets you bonus content.
Those have been so fun.
Like us and Dr. Jen talking about the Biggest Loser documentary.
Yes.
Or Unknown Number.
Yes.
It also gets you early episodes. Gets you our undying love and affection. And
I have to say, I saw one of our listeners, Katie Norris, she was doing a little flex that she knew all the things a day early because she's a Patreon member.
So you can use it in the betting markets. So probably recoup that $5 pretty easily. And also, most importantly, it works on all of your equipment, so you don't have to worry about that.
That is most important.
So you don't know. Even on the upgraded stuff, it'll still function. This week over on the Patreon, we're going to talk about Strava suing Garmin
It's a big deal.
They came in hot. They were like, Garmin needs to be put down like a rabid dog.
It's just like when you hear the details of how this started and the timing of it, like it is wackadoo.
It is.
It is. This is like next level, and yeah.
This is like old school Peloton and
what's his name?
Yeah,
the villain guy.
Yeah,
so, villain Eric Villainy.
Yeah, we also have all sorts of Chicago Marathon updates, plus the new equipment. Some of it doesn't all ship at once.
It ships. Yeah, you're just gonna
not
have
all at once.
It's just not what you might expect.
It's little surprises throughout your week. Like, oh, look, my handlebars are here.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Oh, I got a wheel.
No.
I got a seat clamp.
Well, technically that could be separate. But
we will explain all that over on the Patreon. And also, don't forget we're available on YouTube, youtube.com/theclipout. You can watch us in HD. And then finally, you can sign up for the newsletter, get all these links and stuff, and just weekly reminders that we're in existence sent directly to your inbox over at theclipout.com. So there's all that. Let's dig in, shall we?
We shall.
Peloton in the news.
Okay, so last week, Peloton repowered and people got repissed.
It's funny because repowered is only for their third reseller market. That's all
Gotcha.
repowered is. So that's not at all what launched last week. What launched last week was Peloton IQ. But to the point, like there's so much new stuff that it is really confusing to people.
It is very confusing.
It is, yeah. Like, I mean, it's easy for me to kind of smirk about it, but like the real story is I'm a nerd who just like reads everything and pulls it all into my brain.
Right.
And like I remember these things, and not everyone, I know, again, shocking, not everyone is that into anything to watch every little detail.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
When we got that initial press release, I was just like, whoa.
It was, I mean, we ended up doing 7 different articles because there were so many changes happening at once. But, you know, that is in and of itself the problem, because Peloton did themselves no favors. I get that they wanted to make a big splash.
Right.
I truly do. I probably would have done the same thing. But I will also say, if somebody like me has trouble digesting the information, you have a problem.
Yeah.
Because the people, the average person is not going to read all of this information. And when they did a press release, they put all of the information in one, including the increase in price, right? But whenever they sent out the communication to members, they didn't. They sent an email that said your price is going up. Here's some stuff you get. And then separate from that, they said, here's all the shiny new equipment you can get. Well, people felt like they were trying to distract from the price going up. They also felt, because people do not read, that the new equipment was going to make the old equipment obsolete. Or worst case scenario, the new equipment was going to have all these new features, your price is going up and you get none. None of which was true. Not one of those things is true. But like, if you look at the post, it's that over and over and over again. And I think Peloton got their ass handed to them. They were not expecting to get their ass handed to them.
Yeah.
And they were really, really caught off guard. One example of this is that Peloton from time to time will do an Ask Me Anything over on Reddit. Well, this time, Nick Caldwell, and so he's the guy that like is like in charge of all the new programming, not even programming, like new equipment, like new content, like new features and things.
Okay.
When I say content, I'm thinking like classes, and that's not what I'm trying to say. But new technology. And then Andy Spear joined him on an Ask Me Anything. Well, there were probably 600 questions, and I saw approximately 20 to 25 answers, none of which addressed, why is the price going up? Why can't I just swap out this and do that and blah, 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 all the things that you've seen over and over again. The only notable thing that I saw that I think people will be interested in was that Nick Caldwell did say there is no monitor swap out program yet.
Okay.
I don't see how they could ever do that because the Tread Plus, for example,
Right.
has a ginormous monitor on it.
Yeah.
And if you try to ship me that little tiny dinky thing
Yeah.
that's a different color, number one, yuck.
Yeah.
That's going to drive me nuts.
How would it even attach?
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, even if you have a kit that can, like, I don't get how that could work.
It's not an interchangeable part.
No. And they did also address, people said, well, my old equipment already has a camera on it. Why can't you just use that? Well, I thought this was pretty obvious, but apparently it's not. That's not the way technology works.
Right.
Just because it has a camera in it doesn't mean that that's all that is needed
Not
for
all.
these new pieces that are working. They need to have a faster chipset. They need to be able to do all these things that like measure your
Yeah.
movements to be able to give you the form feedback. And apparently that's not obvious to people.
Right. Not all cameras are created equal.
Yeah, I genuinely, like,
Yeah.
I say this with no condescension, just complete shock. How do people not know that?
Yeah.
Like, that is such an obvious thing to me.
I have an Instamatic. Why can't I shoot the Super Bowl?
Right. Like, genuinely, I do not understand that thought process.
Yeah.
I already have a camera. Why can't I use this? And like, there's so many people that think that Peloton just did this out of greed. And I've been thinking about how long we've been hearing about this stuff. I know for a fact that some of these, like the new bike, was already in process before Barry. I know that for a fact. How long had the changes that they were going to have all of the screens be
The same.
switch?
yeah.
That I don't know. But I promise you, the movement from the guide to putting it onto the equipment, that's been in progress. I know for a fact since before Barry. Like, that is true.
Yeah.
So I also don't see why people are like feeling like they're missing out on so much. Like, if you have a small place and you have a bike, that I get, because you know, you would not be able to swivel your
Right.
your bike and be your screen and be able to get to all of the content. Beyond that, I don't see what the big deal is. You're not getting that much. The only thing that I can see that you're really missing out on is that it has a faster chipset. It has a better monitor from the standpoint of it's going to last longer than like my Tread Plus.
Right.
My Tread Plus is old at this point. Like, it's 2018.
Yeah.
That thing, it's got a clock ticking on it. I can
Right.
feel the ticks every time I run. Like, it's going to die.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really the big thing. So people were really upset about all that. Then Peloton had the audacity
Uh-oh.
to put gemstones on people's profiles, which I thought was pretty innocuous, but
Yeah.
apparently everyone hates them.
Nothing is innocuous.
Nothing.
That's the world we live in.
Well, and there are some problems with the gemstones. I will give you that. Like, and what I mean by that is there are people that are already, okay, the highest you can go is legend, and people are already there.
Right.
So like a lot of people are already there. I'm not one of those people. Interestingly, it is not based on how long you've been a member. It's based on how many milestones you've gotten,
Right.
how many high fives you've given, how many streaks you have, day streaks, year streaks, week streaks. It's based on that kind of thing. So some people years ago, like, it tells you when you achieved your status,
Right.
whatever status you are. And like, some people achieved their legend status like in 2018. Okay. So those people feel like, well, there's nothing I can get out of this. What's the point?
Right.
But the point is, you get all kinds of perks. For instance, they have already rolled out in America. Apparently it does not exist in the UK or Canada yet.
They can't figure out the conversion rate on gemstones.
You can.
One ruby equals 3 emeralds.
You get, though, discounts. So, for example, I'm a champion and I get a 20% discount on everything in the apparel store. Now, that's even things that are on sale,
Ooh.
even Lululemon stuff. They say exclusions apply, and I'm sure that they do, but I will be honest, I couldn't find any
Right.
that didn't work.
And they might put that out there just so they can.
Absolutely.
If they need to.
People are jerks. So
Yeah.
yeah, I absolutely get that. Now, if you're a legend, you get 25%. That's the perk.
Right.
That's why it matters. And also, for everyone asking, No, it does not reset. This stays with you for life. So like you're only going to go up from there, and it cannot be converted into money. That's what a lot of people want. They're like, I just want the money. Give me whatever 50,000 points is, but it doesn't convert.
It's not a thing.
But they want it to be like, you know, whenever you get a coupon and it's like it converts to money. Well, you've been putting all this money into it. So like they want to see it come back out. But it kind of converts when you look at the discount aspect.
Yeah.
And there's going to be other things too. Like the higher your tier, you get first access to rides. Or classes. I shouldn't say rides. You get first access to other things. You might be invited to things and that's going to be based on your status. So there are lots of perks.
Yeah.
And there will continue to be outrage because then people will be pissed that they couldn't do it. The one thing that bothers me about it personally is it incentivizes you to take a bunch of very short classes.
Right, to hit your milestones.
Not only your milestones, but also it's how many different kinds of classes. So like, let's say you hit a milestone in running. Okay, great. But now it wants a milestone in yoga. Now it wants a milestone in meditation. Now it wants so like it's across all modalities. That irritates me because then there's always people that try to game the system. So now you're just going to have all these people stringing together 5-minute classes. They did it already anyway, but it just further incentivizes those people to do that. There's also people that feel like it's creating a class system for something you already pay for. I just feel like that's really negative.
It's a rewards program.
I know. I don't understand. And if you don't like it, don't use it. Why do you feel the need? Why do you feel the need?
I guess the only difference is most rewards programs aren't front facing. So you don't know how long someone's been.
You can turn it off.
Okay.
You can turn it off. It's in your settings. Now you'll still see it. But you can turn it off so that the gemstone does not appear at all on your settings. You can do that. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
It's another thing people ask. Oh, I forgot to tell you about something else everybody's bitching about.
Oh, fun.
The dark screen. The new Peloton IQ is all black,
right.
which I love. I love the contrast of it. It's so much easier on my eyes. But there are so many people that say it's not for them and it's harder for them to see. And they are really angry about it. Really angry about it. I got the impression from the Ask Me Anything that they might be working on that already because that's something they're hearing. So the trade-in thing and the screens, being able to change them from black to white is something that I think is being worked on.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
That seems like a simple thing.
I mean,
you would think.
You would.
But you never, I guess
we
don't do it for a living.
Yeah,
so,
because like being able to do it across all phones, tablets, like I just don't think it's as simple as people, like it's not just hit color.
Right.
Like it's just not that easy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like, but I know it's not that easy.
Yeah. Making a color thing black and white isn't as simple as just turning the color off. Like you have to,
exactly.
There are things. So Peloton has also announced a new, why are you giving me a look?
No reason.
You're giving me a look.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go from mansplaining to minusplaining. Peloton has teamed up with Halle Berry's Respin to launch a perimenopause/menopause study.
Yes. This is really cool because the first 500 people who qualified were able to get in. And let me just tell you.
It's closed.
It is, of course, closed. But we put in the graphic only the first 500 people who qualify get in. And 24 hours later, people were like, I just tried and it's closed. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Check the time on that shit. Yeah, you missed your chance. Like, I get people can't be on the internet all the time.
For
like,
sure.
Like, if you don't get it, I totally understand. But also, maybe don't act like it's everybody else's fault.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. Peloton posted a collection of classes, menopause classes, and there are sit classes, sprint interval training, there's HIIT classes, there's full body strength. Those are kind of the three things that Halle Berry's company Respin puts from an exercise standpoint that you need to do.
Right. And we will have more details about those coming up in content.
Oh, okay.
The specific classes. Yeah.
And then part of the study is there's 10 of these classes in the collection. If you look at the study, what they do is they ask you a bunch of different things, like do you ever have night sweats? And if you do, what is your discomfort with that? Like they give you a big scale. Then after they've asked you all these questions, they rate where you are on each of these different things like vasomotor symptoms and psychosocial symptoms, like anxiety, stress, that's psychosocial.
Okay.
And then over the next 8 weeks, they give you a protocol. You follow the protocol and they see if your symptoms decrease, increase, stay the same. That's the study. Well, the protocol for me is that it's doing classes every day. It's sprint interval training, hit classes, and of course strength training. Well, the strength I've got because I've been doing tonal.
Right.
So I'm not worried about that. And then it's adding in more of the intense exercises because that is, and I've said this before, that's what really shrinks your fat in your belly, like around the organs that you get. So that's the big thing. But then they also will tell you to do other things. Like, for example, for me, it was like also take L-theanine or something like that and take that a couple times a day. And there were some other protocols. So it's different for everybody based on what your symptoms were. And the idea is that you take the classes from the collection as often as they recommend. In my case, they recommend one of those types of classes every day.
Okay.
So people keep saying, well, they launched these classes, but there's no directive on it. Well, because you're not part of the study, but you can still take the classes. Like you don't need that much direction. Take a strength class, take a HIIT class, take a sprint class, sprint interval training. That is your directive.
Right.
Like, and do one of those every day. That is the directive. Like, and Peloton even gave like, they have like a list of ways to do this. So for example, in the image that they did, they said, follow the structure for 8 weeks. So moderate intensity cardio. So that's going to be your low impact or endurance. Day 2, do strength. Day 3, do HIIT and sprint interval training. Day 4, back to strength. Day 5, moderate intensity cardio. Day 6, strength or high intensity cardio. And day 7, rest. And that is what you want to do all the time, really. So people that are like, well, they didn't tell me what to do. That's what you do. You got to like take these things and put them together. Again, not everybody's going to do that. Peloton's not making it any easier, but that's what they want you to do. So I think it's a really cool study. I'm really curious to see what kind of results they come up with. Also, I thought it was super fun that one of the things that you get to do is you get invited to special events with Respin, and Halle Berry is going to be there with Jocelyn Thompson Rule.
Oh, cool.
And they are going to be doing like a question and answer session all about menopause and Respin and Peloton. So I'm really excited about that. And you only get that if you were in the study.
Oh, cool.
So neat.
So we have new studio closure dates.
We do. Because again, it's just like, you know, you nailed it. You said this morning, you said, it is fascinating to watch a company go from they can do no wrong to they can do no right.
Yes.
And it's just like, I've talked about this before on the Patreon, but it's just like really, it's just really depressing how everybody complains about every little thing.
Yeah.
November 3rd through November 9th, PSNY is going to be closed and there are no live classes. And then December 24th through January 1st, PSNY is closed and there are no classes. It doesn't say anything about PSL though. So I think I probably should go check those dates because they're probably the same.
So closed at Christmas time, not shocking.
Yeah.
Did I totally zone out? I didn't hear anything about Thanksgiving.
Nope, you sure didn't.
Okay.
In fact, they're doing it before that, and no, I don't know why. I have no idea.
There's no way they're open on Thanksgiving, right?
I doubt it. It's just really weird how they update their website.
Yeah.
I will also say it's been a tough week over at Peloton.
Yeah. It's always a tough week over at Peloton.
That's true. I just know they were like, hey, you want to have a conversation with one of our executives about all these changes? And I was like, sure. When can we? Never responded. Yeah. Like I was like, whoo, you guys are getting beat up.
Okie dokie.
I saw their social media last week and I was like, ouch. It was like Daniel McKenna.
Finally, we have an update on, so there's been all these API changes, wondering how they're going to affect third parties. And so in Paceline, we have some insight as to what's going on, or maybe we don't have insight.
Yeah, it's weird. And again, maybe this has to do with all the things happening over at Peloton this week. I don't know. But M-Paceline does continue to function properly, even though Peloton had stated they were going to discontinue the username and password authentication method that the app uses. It's all still working. So it is unclear what their timeline is or what their next steps will be. The M-Paceline creator, Paul Amidine, has been reaching out to Peloton, and they haven't yet responded to his latest message.
Right.
Again, they are having some other things. So
we feel you.
Yeah, we get it. But, his advice, and I think this is true, let's just appreciate that it's still working and not worry about it. But we don't know what that means. Like,
right.
It could change any day. And I know that we teased about Garmin and Strava over on the bonus. I think these two things are related.
I would concur.
I think the API changes are related to what Garmin wants and why Garmin wants it. And when you hear about the lawsuit, you might understand it better. But that's just my take.
Okay. Well, coming up after this, we're going to talk instructors in the news. We got updates on what Robin's up to, what Ash is up to, and Jen Sherman taking off Tuesdays. So stick around.
Instructors in the news.
So Jen Sherman is taking off Tuesdays.
This is a big deal. I remember several years ago when Howie was still alive.
Yeah.
She stopped teaching on Tuesdays. And there was no announcement. It just stopped being on the schedule.
Yeah.
Week after week after week. And the Jen Sherman group, the JSS tribe, as they are known, went nuts.
Yeah.
Like, there were calls made, there were emails. It was outrage because everybody was very used to Sundays and Tuesdays with Jen Sherman. That's
Right.
the way it's always been. And now she's not going to be there on Tuesdays. Now, I don't know why. I don't know if she's going to be teaching on a different day. I don't know what's happening. There are people that speculate it could potentially have something to do with later class times.
Okay.
That were just announced yesterday.
Right.
The later class times are, I don't even know if they're on our list. Are they on our list?
It is on our list.
Okay, we'll talk about it later then. But potentially that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
We don't know. Just a guess. So
Okay.
I'll be honest, she never puts captions on her Instagram posts, and it was a story. And so until she does, I will never be giving you all of the details because I just don't have time to
Stop
watch
and listen.
No, I already have 3 things happening at any given point. So if you want me to know what's going on, Jen Sherman, throw some captions on that shit. Until then, I don't know.
I'm the same way. I never have the audio on.
No, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Besides, you never know when you're going to, like, it'll be normal, and all of a sudden somebody will have this really loud freaking song on.
Right.
Like, also turn that shit down. Like,
Yeah.
learn how to because you can change the volume. So change the volume.
Well, they're trying to cut through the clutter.
Yeah, all it does is make me never turn the sound on.
Yeah.
That's what you have accomplished.
So Robin Arzon is going to be working the red carpet at Athlos 2025.
She is, and she did this last year too. And it's going to be all women athletes. And according to this post, it is the fastest women in the world light up New York City. It's a celebration of speed, sound, and swagger, and the badass queens redefining women's spirits. Let's fucking go.
I hope the red carpet is like a Berber, because if they're really fast and they're on shag carpeting, they could get hurt.
Wow, that's true.
You know,
That's
so
true.
This is what a feminist looks like.
I appreciate that.
Looking
No.
out for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think this is cool. It's the kind of thing that, like, I wish that we just lived nearby just so I could go and just, like, watch, you know, but I'll never see it in person.
No.
And I don't care enough to watch it on TV.
I don't know. Standing there watching people walk the red carpet sounds like the height of tedium to me. I've never understood the appeal.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not just the red carpet, though. I didn't mean that. I meant the whole event because it's
okay.
celebrating all these amazing athletes and seeing all these athletes and, like, people that I admire and look up to in one place. That's what I think is cool.
Then let me amend, put
Okay.
an asterisk on that.
Okay.
Celebrating athletes sounds like the height of tedium
There
to
you
me.
go. There you go. Thank you for getting it right.
So Ash Pryor has set her sights on becoming a Torrid model.
She has,
And
yeah.
we should say Torrid is capital T. That's a brand name.
Yeah.
We're not
Like not like a torrid affair.
Right.
But
We're-
hey, whatever.
Hey, whatever.
We don't
Still,
judge.
people think that we're disparaging her choices.
Oh, you think people don't know that? Really?
Well, come on. It's the internet.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But our listeners are smart. Our listeners would know.
Like 90% of them. Few sneak through.
They're like, what? This isn't Joe Rogan. Yeah, she's trying to
Our
be.
house would be a lot nicer if it was, but our souls would not.
Just need a moment for that. So yeah, she put in a video applying to be a torrid model, and I don't know if they like choose it based on popularity or if they just choose
Yeah.
it based on like who they like or combination of
Right.
which. I don't know how it all works, but I thought it was different and interesting to see an instructor go after something like this, and
Yeah.
so publicly. I mean, we've had several instructors that have done things where we all voted, and
Right.
we will vote. We
Yeah.
are some voting motherfuckers.
You guys are. I remember when, was it Jen Sherman's kid won something because everybody started voting?
Yeah.
School was like, you're breaking our servers.
They were like, stop it.
Please stop.
It was like the soccer team. And
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, Carly won by a landslide.
Yeah.
In fact, that group, Jen's Men, they will still, are we voting for Carly still? Like they still make that joke. Where's the button to vote for Carly?
Yeah. That poor school.
Yeah.
They didn't know what hit them.
They did not. They
Yeah.
were not ready for that.
No.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah.
When people weren't angry all the time. So anyway, yeah, we are voting people. So I'm not clear exactly, but I'm excited to find out what happens.
Yeah. I would think she has a real good shot. I mean, having the Peloton brand behind her, like that's got to.
And a nice big following also, just like both of those
For
things.
sure.
you
Yeah.
know?
Like, but those two, that's a good 1-2 punch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a good shot.
Peloton artist collaborations.
You were super excited about the artist series, so I'm just curious, is it Ricky Martin or K-pop Demon Hunter?
No.
But those are the artist series.
It's part of it. Okay, so here's the deal. It's October 8th. Okay, so Ricky Martin is happening. K-pop Demon Hunter happened at the end of last week.
Right. It dropped like right after we recorded,
Yes,
which we did watch.
we did watch that.
Yeah.
And I liked it. It was okay. It was, I don't feel like it was the phenomenon people are making it sound
Yeah.
like. Like, it's not the most amazing cartoon ever. It's
Right.
not Toy Story.
Right. But I thought for what sounded like such a dumb idea.
It was great because like my base level was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
And it was not a you've got to be kidding me
Yeah.
watch. Like it was a solid watch.
Yeah.
It may not be my favorite thing ever.
And the songs are actually good.
They are.
So
And
I
they're
get-
actually growing on me the more I hear them.
And I think they're going to turn that into a touring property.
Oh, for sure they are.
think
They're
Live-
already out right now.
I think Live Nation already bought it.
And
yeah.
well, they were on Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
and I saw they were on Something Else in America last week, and they got to do their whole set. Like they got to do a set.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on their way.
But I also don't know exactly how you turn it into a touring property when there's like 4 songs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, there's already a new movie on the way, so that's probably going to help.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky Martin, he's been around forever and perfect for Latin Heritage Month.
For
you
sure.
know?
As is K-pop Demon Hunter.
Right. Like this. But you might remember that we had talked about like there originally was nothing on the calendar October 3rd, and we were like, ooh, maybe it's Taylor Swift. It ended up being K-pop Demon Hunter.
Okay.
Which is still a great get for Peloton. And
Right.
people have been asking for it left
For
and right.
sure, yeah.
Every day I see it on the OPP. So
Yeah.
like, thank God that's done.
And now that it's here, people are still asking for it on the OPP.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because that's how that works.
Yeah. But last week, on the day that Taylor's album came out, on October 3rd, Peloton...
Hang on, Taylor Swift has a new album?
Yeah.
Why am I just now hearing about this?
I don't know. You must never look at anything, like ever. But Peloton posted a story briefly on October 3rd, and it was like a video of Bex. She was talking about Taylor Swift and how today is like release day, and then it glitches and it goes to an orange sparkly screen. And if you look real closely, because it's like very quick,
Right.
it says 10:13. And then at the bottom, Peloton was like, all eras must have their time. Okay, so that, and then that same day, Peloton also posted Taylor Swift's collection online. And instead of having the black and white cover that it always does, it was orange sparkly, right? Both of those changed back. Within 24 hours, everything was gone. So people have no idea what I'm talking about, and they think I'm crazy. I've had so many people tell me I'm crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
On 10/13. I already know there will not be a Mariana run, and that's all I can say about that. But I am so mad. She deserves a run. This woman is the biggest Taylor Swift fan out of all of the instructors. Hugest. She plays them in every class. She deserves a run. Peloton, I demand a recount.
Ooh. Demands.
I know. If Howie were still here, I'd be like, can you help me with a letter writing campaign?
Or at least a poem.
He would. Oh, I miss him.
Coming up after this, we're going to talk content. We've got your TCO top 5. Going to take a look at this week at Peloton. And, of course, dig into those menopause classes. So stick around.
New content.
It is time for the TCO top 5. You've told us your favorite classes, and now we will tell you if you're right. Coming in at number 1, your favorite tread boot camp.
It is with Katie Wong and Andy Spear. They taught this class on September 9th, and people are loving it. It's a HIIT boot camp, 2 for 1. This was Katie's first time on the tread. Hillary LeMay loved this class. She said it was such a good time. It was like an entire buffet on a single platter. It was packed with...
Oh, no, your food would be touching. You can't do that.
Everybody else can. It was packed with perfectly timed HIIT intervals, nonstop energy, and laughs. Their playful competition and banter made the tough tread sprints and strength blocks fly by, all set to a playlist straight from Andy's college era that had everyone smiling through sweat and needing to see a receipt of the hairstyle he mentioned. Then Katie threw down the gauntlet, challenging him to a row boot camp, turning an already epic class into a legendary Peloton moment.
Number 2, your favorite menopause class.
All right. So again, brand new. Jocelyn Thompson Rule taught this class 30-minute full body menopause. This dropped on Sunday, October 5th. There were, I think, 2 or 3 of these that dropped. Karen Smith enjoyed this class. She said it provided lots of explanation on how strength training helps at this stage of life and pointers for beginners, too. I love JTR anyway, but her way of explaining things is refreshing and helpful. Also, she's so funny. She is so funny. Like, she says things that, like, other people... She has that knack where she can, like, say something that if I were to say it, I would sound like a bitch, but she
Right.
just sounds playful and cute. It's amazing.
I know, I have that superpower.
You do have that superpower. It's a bit annoying, but I still benefit from it, so I'll take it.
Number 3, your favorite core class.
All right, so Nikki Smith, our very own, help her be Nikki.
Heard of her?
She has been talking about this class a lot lately. It is a 5-minute core strength taught by Robin, and it dropped on 9/4. She said, if you're looking for a quick 5-minute abs class that gets into your deep core muscles, this is it. It's a no-repeat progressive core class that uses one dumbbell. Robin takes you through a series of exercises that culminates in something that looks trickier than it is, but really finishes off those ab muscles. Your core will be on fire, and I love repeating it back to back because I'm a sucker for punishment. Yeah, you are. It's one of the more creative 5-minute core classes on the platform right now.
Okay. Number 4, your favorite meditation. We don't get meditations in here a lot.
We don't, but we did have this particular class a couple weeks ago. It is a 15-minute meditation for anxiety that Kira Michelle taught. Linda Hawk took this class this week, and she said she had a particularly difficult week, and this class helped ground her. Kira's choice of music, calming voice, and words of encouragement were what I needed to hear from crashing out. I have this one bookmarked and would recommend for anyone who is feeling anxious. I agree. This class is magical. It's really good. It's a highlight.
Okay. And then finally, number 5, your unstackable. It is yoga / Pilates.
I know, it doesn't sound like that could be unstackable. Listen, this was released on 8/18, 8/17, depending on what time zone you're in.
Right.
But when we say that class made me suffer, you don't usually think Anna Greenberg or yoga or Pilates. But when you combine all 3, you get the unstackable. Laura Corcoran took this class on a low impact day, and she was spent afterwards. She said the side plank section was another level. It's true. Members are loving these yoga plus Pilates classes, which combine so important stretching with the strength benefit of Pilates.
Taking a look at this week at Peloton, we have the, am I supposed to say LATAM or LATAM tour?
I think we should say LATAM.
Okay.
Because I don't know. When in doubt, say the letters.
Okay. I like saying LATAM.
Okay, well,
That's
you can
fun.
say it. If you're wrong, I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Yeah, but I won't.
Exactly.
That's the joy of the way we have this set up.
Well, this is the LATAM tour is more than just working out, obviously. It is also a celebration of the cultures across Latin America, and Peloton is putting a spotlight on it. So you get to connect with instructors and other users for all the different classes. And well, let's see. This week, the tour is stopping in Panama. So that's really fun because you get to go through the different,
Right.
and then you see the different cultures and hear the different music between the different countries.
For
So I
sure.
think that's really fun.
Yeah.
So it's a 30-minute Panama ride class, and it drops on October 12th.
We also have a live outdoor run club.
We do. This week is going to be a 45-minute, and it's going to be taught by Alex K. It'll be at 10:30 Eastern.
And a hit row boot camp.
Yep, and it's going to be taught by Katie, and it's 30 minutes, and it actually dropped on October 7th.
And if that's not enough for you, we've got new on-demand strength.
30-minute soundtrack strength club, and it's taught by Halle, and it is on demand right now.
Taking a look at the TCO radar, Alex K is doing some Disney villains.
Yeah, this looks really fun. On 10/7, so it's already out. It is a row that is going to be all Disney villain music. I think that's going to be a lot of fun
It should be all water-based villains.
because it's a row.
Like stuff from Peter Pan with Captain Hook.
Yeah, and Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Good one. Moana.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
I got a whole thing going. You thought I was crazy, but it's making sense.
It is making sense. I'll take it.
World Mental Health Day. That wasn't the best segue.
No, it wasn't. So on October 10th is World Mental Health Day, and there's going to be 3 different classes. There's going to be a meditation with Anna, a 2-for-1 walk plus run with Ben and John, and then a German walk plus run that is going to be taught by Jeffrey.
And then we also have Pride 365 Day.
Yeah, that's October 11th, and Leanne and Maddie are going to be teaching classes from London and New York that day. Oh, I did also just want to mention there is a really cool High Rocks class coming up. On 10/14, it's the 75-minute High Rocks Simulation Boot Camp that Andy and Robin are teaching together. So 2-for-1, 8:45 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, 10/14.
So we talked earlier in the episode about all the Peloton menopause classes, and we will now outline them for you.
All right, so 10 different classes have been put in the collection so far. We're hoping we're going to see more, but so far we have the classes are going to be taught by Susie, Jocelyn, Christine, and Charlotte. And we have a walk plus run from Susie Chan. We have a hit run from Susie Chan, full body strength from Jocelyn, a couple of those. We have a sprint interval that's 20 minutes and one that is 30 minutes. Those are bike rides that are taught by Christine. And then there is also one that is taught by Charlotte as well. I think there's 2, actually. So that is really, really cool. I love seeing this collection. One of the questions that we had asked Peloton as part of this rollout when we got their press release was, is this going to be a one and done, or are we going to see more content?
Right.
And their answer was couched, of course, carefully.
Right.
But basically, if people take the classes and it goes well, and then they're going to keep doing it. So,
Right.
so like, take the freaking classes. Don't just like hit the bookmark, and don't worry about if you're not in the study. There's still amazing content. Like this is still good stuff. You don't
Right.
need to be in the study to get benefits from this. And if you need help, seriously, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. But this is good, and we want Peloton to continue this. So let's encourage them to do so.
Speaking of things people have been asking for, they have added late night live rides.
Oh my gosh, this is such a big thing. So it's late night live rides for people that are in California.
Right.
And so at 8:30 Eastern on Tuesday and Thursday. They are going to have a live class each of those days. And the people that are in California will be able to take them at like a normal time. Like for people that are on the East Coast,
right.
It'll feel like a 5:30 ride, you know?
Yeah.
So
You mean West Coast?
that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I was trying to say for people that are on the West Coast, it'll feel like you're getting to take the live class that people get to take already on the East Coast
Right.
at 5:30.
Yes.
And people have been asking for this for a really long time. And I know that they used to have them and then they kind of died off and then they brought one day back and then it went away again. Keep in mind, these are going to keep switching. They've got so many different time zones to cover. You're going to see this for a while and then
Right.
you're going to see something new for a while. It doesn't mean they stopped listening to you. It means they're trying to listen to somebody else. Just in the comments for when we posted about this, people were like, yeah, but now I went early morning. Yeah, but you took away my UK 1 a.m. rides or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, like people are never happy with whatever they do. And so everyone's going to get different times and you do have to keep talking about it. You do need to keep submitting your requests, but they're trying to appease everyone.
Right.
And that's all they can do.
I need a ride that starts at 1:37 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
No,
This is an outrage.
that is how people act in
How,
this.
how can they be ignoring such an important constituency?
Right?
Peloton is celebrating UK Black History Month, which is in a different month, so don't freak out and be like, February?
Yeah, nope.
How did that happen?
It's October.
It's October.
And
Okay.
week 1 classes, they're going to have an on-demand from Jocelyn that dropped on 10/3 and one from Leanne that's live on 10/7. So both of those will be in your on-demand by the time you hear this. And they are both classes this week. But I think the plan is to have new classes every week this month. So that's cool.
Yeah. Asal Arian has a new core program.
Yeah, 7-day core program. And I don't know how she manages, but everything, like she could call it like soft kittens and it would still somehow sound really hard. But her classes.
Well, they got claws. Can you imagine that?
But
Work
her
on some
class is
claw action.
always, it's called Dine Core, which equals, Dine Power. So I think it means the core, the power.
Gotcha.
But anyway, it looks tough.
Yeah.
She always looks tough. So this is going to kick your ass in the best way. And this program launched on Monday the 6th. So it is out there and it has subtitles and it's core, which is pretty easy to follow along with. Like some classes like yoga is hard to follow along. Meditation really hard to follow along because your eyes are closed. So you can't see the subtitles. But like this is totally easy to follow along with. So I highly recommend that you do.
And then finally, the New York City Marathon is just around the corner, and Peloton has a scenic ride for you.
Yeah, and this is interesting. It was filmed in 2023 when they did. I know that's why it's interesting.
Yeah.
They filmed it when they did all of the classes when they first announced their partnership with the New York City Marathon. But it's on 2 wheels. It's on a bike. It's an actual bike class.
Yeah.
They just now launched it. Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, cool. I mean, I'm not upset about it, but I'm confused.
Right.
I'm so confused. I guess they could only get on the course once, and so they filmed a bunch of content, and now they waited 2 years.
It's just weird that they waited that long to put it out.
I agree. I think it's very, very bizarre. I thought it was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
So, but I also think it's neat.
Peloton birthdays.
And finally, we have one birthday this week. It is Kira Michelle, and she was born on October 10th, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Kira Michelle.
So I guess that brings this episode to a close. Until next time, where can people find you?
People can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Crystal D. O'Keefe. They can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, and the leaderboard at Club Crystal.
And you can find me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/The Clip Out. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon. All sorts of bonus content, ad-free episodes, early episodes, and like the extras. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep pedaling
And running.
and growing.
And breathing.
Clip in, set your